Hello.
It's ice cream time.
We are back.
We are back. Hey, everyone. Psychic Sundays.
Fresh from Tokyo.
High five. Fresh from Tokyo.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
We have our...
You want to watch it already?
Do you know?
You usually watch it after.
Do you know we've been gone so long that I actually forgot how to do the controls? And I came over here and I was like, wait, is it this button? Wait, that's how far away we have been.
That's true. We were on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
In Land of the Rising Sun.
Yes.
And it was amazing. Did you guys see the pictures on the community board? Because we tried to post while we were there.
Yeah, I didn't post as much as I wanted to because it was so high octane.
Well, I think this is one of your Tokyo ensembles that
and this is your Tokyo ensemble.
Oh, of course. Hell yeah. You liking it?
Yeah. I actually think I can get used to this. I got my shoes
because we surprise each other every time we get ready for the podcast. So she gets dressed in another part of the house. I get her to another part of the house. Yeah. And then we walk out and we're like, oh, there you go.
Well, if you're just joining us, welcome to Psychic Sunday.
I am Riz the Wiz, Psychic Medium, Trance Channel Shaman, your friendly neighborhood mystic.
And I am Empath and Intuitive Lady O. And together we are sitting in front of a very big surprise. Ta-da!
You guys.
If there could be like a glowing emblem,
you guys
happening.
Look at this. We're going to do an unboxing tonight because, first of all, high five, my dear, because you did it.
You did it.
I did it? All right. And you guys did it.
But wait.
This is the unboxing.
Which one of us are going to actually hold the box?
I'll hold the box and you open it.
Because you know I'm not going to let you.
So, guys, we did not actually... This is, before we open it, this is tonight, the special surprise was this is our unboxing of our silver play button from YouTube, which is...
When
you hit 100,000 subscribers.
100,000 subscribers.
You get it. They send you a silver play button. And... We're over 100,000 now.
We actually never saw this coming when we first started this podcast. It was so fun.
We were like, we hope the kids watch. Did the kids watch it?
Yeah. But
they didn't watch, by the way.
Officially, let me tell you what's happening right now. We have my oldest son, Robbie, in the house. Robbie, say hi.
Hello.
And we have my oldest daughter in the house, Alex. And so
did you hear that?
They told their friends, and their friends was like, what do you mean they got the silver play button?
Yeah. Who'd they steal it from?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, how'd they get that?
Yeah. Well, guess what?
Are we just is that how they talk? Is that we're just doing a generic, like, younger person's accent?
Yes. Probably.
You have to do that when you're doing younger person?
I know there's a lot of people joining us. I want to just say hello to everybody really quickly. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us, our old timers. You know
Welcome
who
back.
You are. And we have Lydia and Anita and Sharon Lee, Teresa, Arthur. Baron Von Crunch came back from who knows where.
Captain Crunch.
Angela and...
I thought you were about to say Angelina Jolie.
Rain. I know. That was weird.
You never know. She may be watching.
You know, you never know who's watching.
People watch.
So let us know where you're coming from. And what part of the world and the country you're coming from.
And we'll give a shout out to your city and
yeah.
Well, I want to talk about this because tonight we decided we were going to unbox the silver play button with you. We actually did not open this. We came back from Japan. It was sitting there.
Yes.
And I noticed you did cut the scotch tape so we don't look awkward when we're cutting it.
That's
okay,
correct.
That's good.
Yeah. All right. You guys want to do it together right now?
All right.
Wait, bells.
Mine too? Okay.
Some people actually pop open champagne and like all that stuff.
They do?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
wait. How are we doing this?
I'm just going to... you open that side.
Okay, wait.
Ready?
One,
two,
wait, hold on.
Three. Oh, what is this? Okay. It's a nice, like, spongy felt thing. Oh, there's a letter from YouTube.
Oh yeah, without
you
glasses.
See you see this
perfect.
like spongy stuff?
Yes.
When my mom would like open. Did your mom would like save the wrapping paper?
Right now because I need to open this.
Did your parents ever save the wrapping paper? My mom would save even like this foam.
Okay, let's have story time. Right
it will be good for something one day, so keep it. Put it there.
Okay, fine. So
all right.
Let's get... Oh
wow! All right, I'm gonna toss this right here.
Do we rip it?
Always rip it.
Always. When in doubt, rip it.
Check that out.
Wait.
Presented to The Magical Life. Oh my God. For passing 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Did you guys know the channel's called The Magical Life?
Guys.
I forgot for a second. I'm like, what's The Magical Life? I thought our channel was The Meta Mystic.
The Magical Life?
Yeah, no, I guess it wasn't us.
Is that right?
How great is that, guys? You guys helped make this happen. So you know what is this? Can I read what YouTube wrote?
Yes.
Do you remember your first subscriber? Do you? Your 100th or your 1,000th? Chances are you do. Well, I guess we don't. And we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000 subscriber. We don't. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. I actually would love to know if you guys, how do we show up in your feed? No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed and their numbers increased because of you and the community you've built. We're proud to honor your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers of the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next, and we're here to support you along the way.
I can't believe he read the whole thing.
And who knows, when you reach your millionth,
cannot believe
when
that.
you reach your millionthest subscriber, we may just write to you and ask, do you remember your 100,000 subscribers? So yours truly, Neil Mohan, YouTube CEO. He's an Indian guy. He's an Indian guy. That's right. All right. So here
By the way, we didn't say thank you to Erica, our handy dandy Virgo assistant who handles all you guys.
I'm going to put the crystals back here.
Erica, you get your applause. Thank you for helping us reach 100,000.
You know, I don't know if it's going to lean on it like that.
Oh, how are we going to do it?
I need something.
Oh, let's put Medusa.
Put Medusa. The snakes are going to be popping up over the head. Look. How about like this? So she's like peeking over the side.
Yes.
Look.
Well, no, you can't see
she's
her.
She's peeking.
You can't actually see
Look, she's
her.
peeking.
Can you?
She's like, yeah. Oh, snap. You know what's going to happen? Someone's going to tune in the middle of the show and be like, why are they worshiping Medusa? Why not?
Riz
Okay. All right, here we go.
Riz is really feeling it
There
tonight.
we go.
Get ready, you guys. So if you're new to the channel, first of all, there's a lot of people giving their where they're coming from. I want to say hello to them, but I also want to let people who are new know what's going on. So we're going to give psychic readings tonight. Riz is the psychic medium, and he actually handles a lot of different types of psychic readings, not just mediumship. So we also have who are your spirit guide questions, and we have like your life path, and we also have, you know, questions even about your animals, your health, anything and everything. He can tune in and see what he gets for you. Super chats. Look, when we had super chats, it was like trying to get to all the super chats, and it was really crazy.
It was like a wrestling match.
And yes, everybody was giving a lot of super chats, but it started to get really aggressive and kind of intense, and it got weird. So we just were like, listen.
You know what? Reading all the
donations only doesn't ensure you're going to get a reading. We appreciate the donation. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And then as far as myself goes, I handle the empath side of things. So if you have issues regarding being too sensitive, social anxiety issues, problems with your environment,
how to tap in,
you don't feel comfortable
how to
with
work
yourself.
with energy.
Exactly.
I also feel that when, you know, we are sitting here with you guys, every week it's something different, right? We come into this, we wanted to do something live. We've been in the psychic and metaphysical field now, my God, I can safely say we're close to 20 years now, because it's definitely 17 years. And so give or take where we were, a little bit of what we were starting to put our foot in that door through that portal, you might say. So we are now really sitting here after so many years, and we wanted to just be with you guys because so many times we have retreats and everything's so organized and psychic readings and the shamanic journeys, but being here live with you guys is a lot of fun because the spirit guide energy is so off the charts. I feel like they start coming around a few hours before, because
Erica was just sitting there, and all of a sudden she went, "Ooh!"
She did.
And I said, "What was that?" She goes, "Something just touched me." Like I felt some kind of. I said, "That's probably your
the spirit
grandmother."
activity in this house has absolutely increased since you guys came in and brought your spirit guides with you.
Yes.
Sometimes they don't leave, and they're hanging out for a good hour or two when we're just like, you know, having the late night snack. So wherever it is that you are,
well, let me
what
tell
we
you
want
where
to say is
people
that,
are.
let's hear it.
Okay, so we have Ohio,
Ohio.
Mumbai, India.
India, high five.
Want to say something?
I just want to say that I constantly miss India and seeing my family. I actually do have family
but I always
in
encourage
India.
you to say something in Hindi because I love it so much.
Well, you know,
if
not
you don't
everybody
want to,
speaks
it's okay.
Hindi in India.
Oh, that's true.
In Bombay, of course, they do. But anyway, I just want to give a shout out to all my people out there.
Okay, and Reno 911 is in the house.
All right.
And we have Virginia Beach. We have, let me see, who else is giving some updates? Vancouver. You know what's interesting is we have a lot of Canadian folks that stop by.
Yeah.
Hi Canada.
I gotta say,
honestly, I thought that we were a little too much for Canadians. Like they would look at us like, you guys are freaking crazy. But there's Canadians that are like, no, I'm into this.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I'm like, bring it on. And there's a lot of Canadians coming in. We also have people from Australia that join us.
Oz in the house.
Okay, so.
And what?
There's someone from Peru.
From Peru.
Maryland.
Hola.
Yes. Okay, Calgary.
Alberta.
Staten Island.
Hey.
Awesome. BC. Kelowna. Kelowna.
Wow. I never heard of that place, but hi.
Where is that?
British Columbia.
BC is British Columbia.
No, but I want to know exactly where that's at.
Where's British? Oh, where that town is?
Yeah. Okay,
well,
we
Google map it and we'll check it out.
Hey, Augsburg, Germany. Hello.
Oh, wow.
Modesto, California. Florida. Sydney. Minnesota.
I actually have family in Frankfurt.
Cape Fear, North Carolina.
Germany.
Cape Fear, North Carolina.
Cape Fear.
Wow.
Broadcasting live from Cape Fear. It's the Psychic Sundays.
You know, being from LA for some reason, like when I was a kid, I didn't think that place was real.
I didn't think Erie, Pennsylvania was real.
Until
I thought that was...
Erica showed up.
Yeah.
Erie's real, folks.
Erica put the Erie in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Correct.
Okay. We have Brooklyn, New York.
All right.
So this is awesome, you guys.
Well, thank you guys for being here. Let's go over some,
Erica,
if you're first time, let's go over some, we're going to go over some of how the house rules are. So, we're just going to just like glide through the next 2 hours is how we take it, because the spirit guides come in and they do something called spirit shoutouts. So if you guys don't know what spirit shoutouts, here's what spirit shoutouts are. Before I even start taking questions that you type in, I feel sometimes your relatives or friends or just a message that's not about mediumship. So I don't just do mediumship. You don't have to just ask about someone who's passed over. A little thing about when people pass over, you cannot force them to come, meaning I can't, you can't, no one can. If the universe deems it is appropriate for tonight for you to get a message from that person, then it shall come through. If it is not for this time, we just have to accept it. That's the way it goes. Please don't go to any medium that ever says, oh, definitely your grandma's going to come through, come and get a reading. That's not the way it works. So sometimes you think it's going to be your grandma and it's your neighbor from like 10 years ago who wants to say hello.
That's right.
So we just flow with that. So the spirit shoutouts are, I have a message or two or three before we begin.
Yes.
And then I shout them out. Something specific like you'll see. And then if that pertains to you, it's going to be something specific, type it in the chat and we will get to you and I will give you your message. Other than that.
I do have a PCA.
A what?
PCA.
You mean PSA?
What did I say?
PCA.
PCA. Don't know what that's.
We'll make something up.
Okay. So anyway, go ahead. And when you're done, I'd like to make a little announcement.
So I kind of go where I feel. I mean, Oriah and Erica asked me the question. So if I don't get anything, guys, I will just say I'm not getting anything on that right now. And then if it comes up for me later, I'll get to it. If it doesn't, then it's not for tonight. So I don't like to rush through things because, I like to spend a little bit of time. And so thank you for being here. And we will start in just a little bit.
Yeah.
What's your PCA?
Okay, so a couple things. First of all, I'd like to say that although we handle very serious topics on this show, we're probably one of the very few, if only, healers, shamans, psychics that laugh and have a good time and really enjoy ourselves. And if you don't know why and you think it's crazy and weird because you've never seen that before, you can go back to our previous episodes and we explain it. But a lot of it has to do with just we feel a lot of really amazing energy because of you guys and also your guides and also your loved ones who are coming in here, and really everybody wants attention and they want to be heard and they're having a good time.
Yeah. And
we feel them. Right. So we really enjoy ourselves. But we handle a lot of serious topics, and here's one right now that I'm going to drop on you right away before we start. So we had this eclipse.
Oh, the eclipse.
Everybody handled it differently. Some signs handled it more than others, and it was really intense for some people. A lot of people had, big transformations, but it brought up a very serious situation. So we had an incident here in Los Angeles, which I am actually not going to go into I don't
even know what incident you're talking about.
The gory details of the woman. Okay, so let me give a little backstory. So what happened was there was a woman not too far from where we live that was like an astrologer. She had 100,000 subscribers, and she was like a really, spiritual person, and she was enjoying her, life. Everything was normal. But over the last year or two, she started to gear up for this eclipse. And so she started to think that this eclipse was meaning the end of the world.
The end of the world. Okay.
So she got really, really hyped up.
Oh my God. Is this the thing with the kids and the crime? And
Don't even talk about it. Yeah.
Anyway,
it was really,
it's really gory and awful.
bad. And so she did some really unthinkable things. And she without any other way to say it, she like lost her mind. Like she checked out completely. She totally left the earth, like literally and figuratively.
And it was a horrible homicide and all that.
They tracked it back to what happened was she actually believed this astrological event was a very serious, life-changing end of the world scenario that was approaching. It was kind of like based on conspiracies and things. Well, what that brought light to, and we had a big conversation about it in the house, is that, because Erica is a great astrologer, and we talked about how sometimes there are people, these are very powerful tools. Astrology is very complex and very, very, very hard technical thing to master. I mean, it takes years, and you have to use it with care. You do your best, you're starting out, but there's a lot of new people who don't really know how to properly read planetary systems. And what's happening is people are just saying anything with false information. And what's happening is they get people hyped up.
Yeah.
And they start to do what I'm giving, we coined a phrase. It's called extreme astrology. So it just means that everything is really extreme in the reading. And it's kind of scary, end of the world, doom and gloom type of things.
Right.
So Riz and I really truly believe, although we live in a very extreme natural environment, the earth is a very extreme place to live at times. But we do believe that neutrality, being balanced, being centered, being in the middle
we don't come from the duality of, punishment, reward, good and evil, disasters, and whatever the opposite of disaster is, on a miracle. We come from all realities are created and agreed upon on some higher level of soul consciousness, and that when we're experiencing it is not about running away from it. It is about actually looking at it, understanding it, and not being distracted by fear propaganda. I was really surprised that some of the people that I know were asking me, is this the sign of dark times? And I go, You think this is the sign of dark times? Look, it's always been that way.
Right.
I channeled Charles Dickens once. Not once, more than once. And I think it's in one of my books. And he said something very interesting. He said, I wrote a book. It was called A Tale of Two Cities. And the first line of that book is, it was the best of times and the worst of times. And if you said that statement, if you went back 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, and you said that to the people who were living at that time, hey, is it the best of times and the worst of times? They would say yes. Oh, they just invented this wheel thing, and I don't really want, whatever it is, right? Imagine, so every time we go through a new generation, there's always funny things. The new generation doesn't like the music of the past generation, and people think everyone doesn't understand each other. And then along with that, we're getting these constant end of the world things. Even in tarot, when you get the death card, it does not mean that you're going to die. It is the death of something, the end of something, but the end of something that is the beginning of something new.
It's always a rebirth card.
So, some people say, oh, you guys are so positive. You spin everything positively. But when you speak negatively, it's not a spin. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, when it's negative, it's real.
They put a positive spin on things. Oh, because everything sucks? Is that what you think?
What about if everybody's putting a negative spin on everything and we're just actually talking just normal truth?
Yeah.
Let's just start a new trend. But Erica, who's an astrologer, on her TikTok, and I told her to put the link in the chat box. She might have already done it. She broke it down and talked all about how easy it is to fall into the trap of extreme astrology. So we're just trying to prevent you guys from hurting yourselves. That's all this comes down to. We just don't want you to hurt yourself. And you can hear big information without getting extreme. And, that's a lot of the work that we do is bringing extreme emotions, taking the dial that's all the way cranked, and we're bringing your dials kind of to the middle zone so that you could just relax and enjoy your life. And it's not like you and I, and people who know us know our stories, but it's not like you and I haven't experienced painful, extreme
But we
things.
process, we apply what the channeled messages are. We come from a foundation of, on some level, this is for me, no matter how it is. But I want to start off and jumping out because spirit shoutouts are starting, and the guides are like, let's get on with the getting on. And I got
spirit shoutouts.
All right, I got 3 things. There's somebody here on the other side. There's a few, and this message is for one of you. They were. I hear Beatles music, and they're starting this message right now. They were either collecting Beatles memorabilia or left you Beatles memorabilia, or they were always trying to get that one particular autograph. And the reason I'm giving this message is that because this person on the other side has met 2 of the Beatles, which would be John and George. And they're like, I met them, I saw them here, and I don't need the memorabilia anymore. And they want to give a message to you. Okay. Number 2, there's a name like Eartha. That's either this person's name or connected to your family. Number 3, one of you was today dealing with, I don't know, the plumber or contractor came to, I think it's plumbing is what I see actually, came to your house, or you were trying to get a hold of the plumber today. And this is a woman on the other side, and she has a message for you. I don't know if she's your friend, your sister, your mom, but it's going to happen. So those are my 3. If that one of those 3 shout-outs has something to do with you, drop it in the chat, and Erica will tell me, and I'll continue the message. Where shall we begin?
Right. So we have some questions being gathered here. Wow, here we go.
All right.
So we are going to start with Super Chat, and I always feel like I'm saying her name. Anahata. Super Chat, Anahata, the spiritual significance of slip discs, because having a health crisis with my back going out several times a day.
Okay. Well, you can take that one also.
Yeah, I mean, let's just talk about the back. I mean, as soon as you start talking about the back, you're immediately dealing with support issues. Support from your friends and family, not feeling supported from day one of your life till now. All of this, here comes the cat. She ignores us the whole day. And then
when it's time for a podcast.
I like this. I like my position like this, but she doesn't like it. So I always have to put my legs down. So I suffer a little bit throughout the whole episode.
All right.
She's 64 years old in
human years.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
So support issues always stem, hear the words, right? Stem from your belief system. Your spine and your back all represent your core beliefs, because that is your core. And all your body functions and everything that ever goes wrong with you are always related to a story or something that your higher self is trying to tell you. So in this case, having a slip disc, meaning you are taking the conversation of not being supported / parentheses, you feel victimized, you don't feel taken care of, you feel something is wrong, you don't feel loved, or you don't feel something is supporting you. This takes it to the next level.
Yeah, because the slipping is trying to get traction in your life, Anahata. So where you would take a step forward. So it's about slipping is about trying to take a step forward and then slipping back. Isn't that interesting? Back, slip disc, slipping back. So slipping back into a pattern or not being able to step out of a pattern into the new one, and giving yourself really the deep exhale to let go, to actually let go. And so what I would say for you is that you're, believe it or not, and I know it's painful, you're actually getting closer to finally letting it go. Okay, so look, by the time, guys, when it comes to the spiritual side of physical conditions, right? Because sometimes there's a medical side and there's also a spiritual side. The spiritual side of it is that by the time it hits the body, usually you're not listening to some other message that's on the spiritual side. So it's there to also get your attention. And we've all known this. All of us always get some kind of download when we get sick and we come out of it. So there you go, Anahata. Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Spirit shout out.
Spirit shout out.
I'm getting several things with people saying they had like plumbing issues. So
Yeah.
Can I give you 3 names and who stands out?
Sure, yes. Give me the 3 names and I'll tell you who it's for.
Christine, Donna Joe, or Robin K.
Christine, who is this for? Robin K.
Okay.
Hi, Robin.
Robin says she's having a plumber coming tomorrow to deal with issues.
Yeah.
May also have rodents in the wall.
Yeah.
Her mother, Cheryl, passed 5 years ago.
There you go. So if you didn't hear that, Robin's mom, Cheryl, passed 5 years ago. And I said, there's a woman here talking about the plumber coming today. She's saying he's coming tomorrow. So she's kind of like still watching what's happening in the house. And she obviously wants me to address. Interestingly enough, you just gave a message on the human body, inner environment. Now it's going to be the same principle of the outer environment. So the house as your exoskeleton as opposed to your endoskeleton. Is that the right word? Okay. So the house representing the not only the space physically that you live in, but how you're creating your safety net, your nest. So rodents in the walls. Who's the rat in your life? Who has been the pest? Who's the critter, the cretin, the vermin that, I hate to use those expressions, but sometimes people act like that and you know it, okay?
Yeah. When there's pests, isn't that always a sign that there is someone pestering you or there's something pestering you and you need to handle it?
Now, yes, thank you for saying it that way, because it doesn't have to be a person in the present who's pestering you. It could be the lingering memory of who really got under your skin. Okay, so what's like in the walls? What do the walls represent? The support and the shelter. Okay, so what has been invading that space? Okay, it's an infestation, it's an invasion in that way. And the house is speaking to you. The plumbing of the house, it's like the plumbing of the body. It's your intestines, it's your esophagus, it's your throat, it's your capillaries, it's your veins. That's the plumbing of the body. So the plumbing is always about what is stuck. What is stuck? Robin, right? Robin? Is it Robin? Robin, what is stuck? What is stuck? You might say, I just have some guilt that's stuck. I just have this other thing that's... So now is going to be the really great time to clear it. Clear it in the house, then clear it in the inner house. So it's about cleaning house.
People don't realize how much your belief systems, how you believe, what you believe, the way you believe, like some people believe in something and they're not so attached to it. They'll change it. Like they'll change their belief system. It's fine. Other people will go to the grave over their belief systems. And so sometimes when you need to change gears, so let's say you're headed northbound, or let's say, no, you're headed east, okay? And you're making decisions in life and you're going in that direction and nothing's working out. You feel like it's all uphill. Everything's bothering you. People are pestering you. And then you realize, wait, I'm not even doing what I want to be doing. I'm not living where I want to be living. I'm not really in my truth. And your belief system is, but I said I was going to live here forever. And I said I was going to do this and that. And I need to be friends with them because they told me I'm supposed to be friends with the same friends forever. And all these things, these are all core beliefs. And so what happens is when you start releasing these core beliefs and changing your mind and you start making right-hand turns and northbound and you start going to different freeways, you start seeing your environment change. You start seeing your life change. Everything starts to change. Your inner life starts to change. And that's how you start to change your core beliefs. You have to start changing your core beliefs first, and then you can get to these results second. So let's go on to the next question. Okay, hello, it's Teresa from Cincinnati. Hi, Teresa. Love your Sunday shows. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do my guides have any insights into my financial situation in the near future? I'm facing some unexpected challenges of late.
Yeah, I got it. I see the instability that is there, but I got to say that even though I do see the instability, I don't see... I'm going to show you how they're showing it. I'm going to tell you how they're showing it to me. It's almost as if you're on the bicycle and there's training wheels on the bicycle, but the training wheels are not exactly touching the ground. And so when you are riding this bike, which is your life, your financial life, you think you're a lot more unstable than you are. And so what I want to tell you is that you're actually being supported, and the sort of learning experience through this right now is to know not to freak out in the first signs of it. And what I'm seeing is that you tend to, that initial shock or that initial like dig of like, oh my God, I'm in financial trouble and what do I do? Don't stay in that. Yes, you are valid. It is a safety mechanism to go into fear, but we stay in fear and that's no longer a safety mechanism. That's more dangerous. Fear is there to initiate a response. Okay, that's the healthy, holistic way of looking at fear. So, but what is that response going to be? So now what's happening to you is like, okay, now can you breathe through this, Teresa? Can you actually breathe through this? Don't go into victimhood. Don't go into blame. Why did this happen? Who did it? Who didn't? Who's coming after me? Or who dropped the ball? Don't go into any of that. If you do that, you're repeating an energy that is more, I want to say, it withdraws energy rather than kind of magnifies energy. And the energy you want to magnify is, yeah, it's okay. So you get a little, it's a little scary right now. And if you do that, the entire auric field or energy around you when it comes to abundance and prosperity can change. So it's about that not freaking out right now. So good. Do a couple of things, a couple of psychic energy boosters. What I want to say to you is you have to do something that's really fun, just even tonight. It might be watching something that you would only watch if all your cares in the world were away. Maybe watch your favorite cartoon. Look, I got my Scooby-Doo mug here. Look, I'm giving all these serious messages and things, but I got my Scooby-Doo mug. Why? Because my Scooby-Doo mug reminds me of all the fun, of why I even, I started connecting to the spirit world when I was a kid, and there were certain things that scared me, and I had to learn to not be scared so I can access my gift. And then I did. And believe it or not, Scooby-Doo helped me because it had fun. It played music while they were, looking at the ghosts. So good for you, Teresa. I'm actually thinking this is a good exercise for you to step into the next realm of your abundant power. So rock it, girl.
Okay. I have another thing to talk about regarding core beliefs, if you don't mind. I was able to scan a little bit. I didn't get the full story, but I think there was a buckshot had a fender bender or something. Okay. So let's talk about accidents for a minute, because I've never talked about that before, and I really want to talk about it because it's a really interesting topic to me. So,
all right.
Yeah, well, you drive, your spouses drive, your family drives, your children drive, and that's could be scary if you don't fully understand why accidents happen. There's many, many reasons why accidents happen, obviously. But the general consensus of what we have discovered is most accidents happen, especially like in a car, because the car represents you, the vehicle that's moving through life, right?
Right. And we're not talking about death accidents right now, guys.
No, we're just talking about like fender benders or like,
you got hurt a little bit or something.
Moments.
Yeah, scary moments. Okay.
So it's always to get your attention. You guys know, you could just feel that immediately. And it's always about to pay attention to what you're looking at in the moment. So if it's in the front of you, so that's pay attention to what's in front of you, your forward actions, pay attention to the actions you're making for your future. And when it's rear ending, it's pay attention to how you hear and see and talk about your past, how you relate to people from your past, how you're cutting strings. We've done a show on cutting
karmic cords.
Right. So that's, I think, important for some people to know about accidents.
Speaking of which, I got a spirit shout out coming right now. It doesn't have to do with driving, but it has to do with figure skating of all things. So somebody's here. One of you was learning or wanted to be a figure skater, yeah. So this is another female coming through who's on the other side and telling me to talk to the figure skater who's watching. I don't think it's a professional, or maybe you wanted to be, or you have like, you still have the skates hanging, or you have the trophies for skating. Let me know. I do not see this. I don't think it's hockey. I think it's figure skating. And any other spirit shout outs yet? Confirmations?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, I do have a question though. The Eartha
Yes.
reference?
Yes.
Is Eartha on the other side?
I don't know.
You don't know.
My guide is saying Eartha, so.
So there is someone named Mel W.
Who
has an Eartha in her family. She's still with us.
Okay.
Her grandmother.
I may need to go into that a little bit more later.
That's the only.
All right, let's take some more questions.
Okay, here we go. All righty. So we have Baron. I love saying that name, Baron. His name is Bob B Valrico from Florida. Hi guys, Riz, can you ask my spirit guide George Carlin if he and my mom Linda have any messages for me? I'd love to hear from them.
Sure. Let me see if there's a message. You know, I do remember giving you a message when George Carlin was coming through, but you have more than one guide, so I don't go, hey George, give me a message. I go to my guide and say if is there anyone for you, Bob, that has a message. Just a little. I like to give a little bit of the behind the curtain, what goes on. They're paying attention. They're saying pay attention to really taking care of the lower half of your body, your knees, anything that is tight, inflammation. They're like, you have to, I guess sometimes you have to take medicine sometimes. I'm a fan of Western. I'm a fan of Eastern as well. I think for Western medicine, surgery and pain management, they're chronic stuff, they're very good for that. But for really revitalizing the body, you have to go Eastern, right? So anyway, I just feel something. They keep putting their energy on my knees, which means it's about your knees and your legs, and getting moving along. So are you planning a move or something? Because it's like they're like, we want to help you move it along. So mom is saying help move it along. Also, somebody's got do you have a picture of mom wearing a hat, but it's not like a baseball cap? For me, I wanted to say a cowboy hat, but it's like a bigger hat. Let me know about that. But just kind of giving a big wave to you. All right, next one. Spirit shout out, answer. What is it? Taylor Peel.
Was a competitive figure skater for 9 years.
Oh, yeah?
And?
She hasn't touched her skates in 4. And her grandmother, Ariel, is on the other side.
Okay, well,
And?
There's someone named Harmony was a competitive roller skater in the 90s and has 2 trophies.
That's awesome. No, this is for the ice skater. Okay. And what's the ice skater's name again?
Taylor Peel.
Hi, Taylor Peel. So grandma's here on the other side, and it's no longer about competing, but it is about, listen, you can tap in again to the love that you had of it or the enjoyment you had of it, and it would be a good idea to get back on the ice just for a spin around a few times and feel it, and maybe go when there's people in a rink. Sometimes it's not even about skating, but go and watch how the little kids are happy to skate, or people who are older who have never skated for the first time. Because sometimes when you compete, you lose the innocence and the happiness for your talent or your gift. So it's time. Grandmother wants to say hello and to revisit that. Okay. By the way, she wants you to know that she is breathing and thinking very, very clearly. I don't know if that has something to do with how she passed, but she's saying, I'm breathing very clearly. I've got the wind in my sails is back. That's the message she's saying. The wind in my sails is back. So much love to you from her. Okay.
Okay. Before we go on to the next question, do you have any topics you want to throw out there? And maybe if anybody who's experienced those topics, they can, like, for instance, I was thinking, like, some people have questions like, I feel sometimes people are like a spirit pressing on my body when I'm sleeping, things like that.
Some people call those night terrors.
Yeah.
For me, they're visitations. Mm-hmm. Some people find them to be terrifying. I had them for a period of time many, many years ago.
Do you know what happens to people more often than not?
It does happen.
And it happens from a young age, too. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes they think it's demonic, a lot of times.
Yeah.
But sometimes what I feel, especially we're overcoming jet lag right now, sometimes I feel like it's your nervous system can also has something to do with...
it's your auric field, okay?
Yeah.
So your
and
aura...
also the paranormal.
Yes, and look, there's a reason why throughout all cultures, tribal cultures or so-called major religion cultures, they would pray for each other's safety. They would talk about, even religions talked about bad spirits, right? What they were trying to do was to let you know that you live. There's not the spirit world. Even though I sometimes say I started communicating with the spirit world, you live in the spirit world. Mm-hmm. This is the spirit world, okay? You're just in a body. And there's spirits where you guys are right now. So I like to say that we just have not been... Mm-hmm. taught about this reality. And then we had two factions. We had indigenous tribal cultures that were saying we have a spirit world and it's your ancestors and your spirit guides and it's fine and it's very good and communicate. And then you had these, three religions that came along and said, no, that's bad and we're going to say that that's demonic. So you do have spirits that are just hanging around. It's almost like when you walk down the hallway in high school, there was that kid that was a troublemaker and there was that one that was just cracking jokes all the time. Spirits just were people. Okay?
Are you impressed with the average person that doesn't have a spiritual background? They have been encouraging their young children under the age of 5 to tell their stories of their past lives to the point where they help them research it. They help them understand
what's that show? It's on the LMN network.
Yeah, The Ghost Inside My Child.
Ghost Inside My Child.
That's definitely a main one. And then there's another one with a guy. He's, I think...
they're on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube. Just type in children remembering their past lives.
These are people that have spiritual backgrounds and they're so sensitive to their children. Yeah. And their children start saying things that there's no way they would know.
There was a boy who remembered being part of the crew, the design team that made the Titanic.
There was a story I heard just recently, and I have to just say this real quick.
Yeah.
There was a woman who had her son 5 years after her beloved brother passed away tragically, in an accident. And he had a nickname for her that only he would say. That was only between him and her.
Okay.
My kids do.
Sure.
And one time she was driving in the car and they hardly ever talk. As a matter of fact, they never even talk about this brother because the son is too little. He's very small. So they're not really mentioning the brother too much at all. So one time he was driving and he calls her with his deep voice in the back seat in his car seat. And he yells this nickname out at her. It was something like Hannah, something like this. And he said it really loud and she froze and she thought she was hearing things.
Yeah.
And she goes, "What did you say?"
Yeah.
And he said, "You know what I said." All of a sudden he was like a different person and he said it again. This was kind of channeling.
He was kind of channeling. So,
and she believes that was his past life.
I agree.
That he was the brother.
I think that could be.
Yeah.
And then, that goes into a very big discussion.
Very big discussion.
Any more spirit shout-outs?
No, not yet.
All right.
Ready to go to the next question?
Baron did give some feedback.
Baron gave some feedback.
He said, "I want to move to Mexico."
You want to move to Mexico? Okay.
He does not have a picture of his mom, and he has a picture of his grandpa.
The grandpa in the hat, and the grandpa was married, and so she likes that picture. That was the whole message. Okay, so let's talk about the next message.
Okay, we have Angela Almeida. What message does Soma, who passed away 10 years ago in a drowning accident, have for his friend Ashwin V, who holds himself guilty for the accident and is into alcohol addiction?
I'm so sorry to hear that. That is, by the way, not the first type of situation like this that I have encountered in a reading. I have actually encountered several deaths and where people came to me for a reading because they're like, "Can this person just forgive me?" So, Soma, I want to say something to you. In ancient tribal cultures, and I want to share this with you as a shaman, there's two things I want to share with you. And if he's listening, great. If not, please give him this message or show him this. In certain cultures, if you are with another person in a situation and you save their life, right? So you save this person's life. They're like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. You saved my life." Guess what? In that culture, now you owe them.
Right.
I'll make that really clear.
Yes.
You saved this person's life. Now you, the person who saved their life, now you owe them. Where kind of in the West or almost anywhere else, you would think, "Oh no, that person now owes you because you saved their life." No. In shamanic understanding, we say you had the honor and the privilege of saving this person's life. They bestowed this upon you. So you got an honor. Now you have to be thankful that you got the gift of being able to save someone's life. So now you owe them for that in gratitude. Now, in this situation, you say, "Well, what about the person that feels responsible for this?" Okay, so this falls under the category as what I call the facilitator or the person who is helping that person rebirth or to go to the next level. They are there to be present. Now, I have worked with many people where someone in the family has passed away in the house at dinner. They try to revive them. They can't do it. They didn't know how to do the CPR. They're hitting themselves. They're guilty for the rest of their lives because how come I didn't pay attention to how to do CPR? I could have saved my relative. Mm-hmm. Okay. Or I didn't see the symptoms or whatever it was. Guess what? It wasn't about that. It was about you being present. It was about several things here. Number one, you awakening to the validity and the beauty and the importance of your own life. You being a part of the witnessing from the soul perspective of this person now crossing over, as tragic and as horrifying as it could have been and probably was. This is where you have to breathe really deep and access who are you really as a soul. You're an eternal light being. This person is an eternal light being, and you had a sacred contract with them. Then you begin to breathe through this and you sober up about this. Not just sober up with your alcohol, but you sober up mentally first, that you were part of this karmic contract. What would happen, Soma, if you go to the other side one day when you will also die, and you go to the other side and your friend is there and he goes, I had to cross over to the other side, and I'm so glad that you were one of the last people I saw before it happened. I'm so glad because that was, your energy is so good. Your love was so pure, and we're connected on a higher level from past lives, and you were supposed to be there for that. And thank you for that. I'm good. I was supposed to be here on the other side, and now you're here with me, so we can just clear the air. Let's not wait, Soma, for you to be on the other side for that to happen. Because if you are going to believe one thing, you have the choice to believe what I'm telling you.
So I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So do you feel that the soul that crossed knew that this was a possibility and chose to be in front of that other individual?
But let's make a distinction here, guys.
What type of consciousness was involved?
Thank you. So remember something. What I like to simplify things and help you to understand is you have your earthly self. That's the one that eats and drinks and talks and wants to make money and doesn't want to lose money, wants to be healthier, doesn't want to die, wants to keep living. That's your earthly self.
Basic human.
Okay. But then you have your higher self, which knows the karmic path and understands as things are being experienced on earth, what your destiny is. And so the soul makes a choice to know when it is going to leave. So a person, you may say, if that person really wanted to live, I go, I know. Their earthly self wanted to live, but the soul knows the path more than the earthly one.
And the possibility that they could have left that way or in that particular time frame.
So Soma, I would say as your shaman, if I could be your shaman for just a few seconds
and
more.
Soma is asking for someone else.
No, Soma is not asking for someone else. Angela is asking for someone else. Angela is asking for Soma. So
Soma's the person that
passed.
Okay, sorry. So whoever the person is, who's the person that I'm talking to?
You're talking to Angela, who is asking for Ashwin, who's the one.
For Ashwin, sorry. So Ashwin, this is for you, okay? I'm talking about Soma. So Soma's there on the other side, and it continues, okay? So just understand the message that is from the shamanic principle of karmic soul contracts that you fulfilled. It's never going to feel like good and happy, but you have to get out of this destructiveness. One life is now on the other side in infinite light, wisdom, and continuation of the soul evolution. That does not mean you don't dishonor that journey by dishonoring your own body, mind, and spirit here. You honor that and say, I'm going to really take care of myself and serve others now.
Correct.
There we go. All right.
Absolutely.
Next one.
Okay, so I don't think this was a question, but was this just super chat from Buckshot Paul?
I got to say, somebody's mom is here who... Because I smell Chanel No. 5. Do you remember that perfume?
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody's mom is here wearing I don't know. Do you guys know what that is? Chanel No. 5. But they just said Chanel No. 5. And I think I remember that smell when I was a kid.
Wow.
So it's for one of you guys. Also, there's another spirit shout out here. I got to ring the bell every time I do a spirit shout out to get everybody's attention. All right. Spirit shout out. Somebody's got a painting of a bull in your house. They're referencing like a painting of bison. So which one are you there? There's a man here referencing that. He's on the other side. Thank you. And last, I got another one coming through. Boy, I sometimes open the door and there's a lot of people. It's like trick or treat. The name is Sherry.
Like Sherry.
Sherry or Erri.
Okay.
This message, I think, is for them or about them. I'm not sure, but that name is connected to you. Okay. All right.
So, Jennifer D. Wondering if my guides have messages for me. My aunt died today. She was the last of my grandmother's generation. Does she want to give a
What
name?
A day, my friend. What a day, my friend.
The overall feeling.
Much love and blessings to you. I can't give you a message from someone who just passed away today or yesterday. It's not, how it works. They have to acclimate to being out of the physical body. But I will tell you this, Red Eagle, who's my guide, is telling me she actually was out of the physical body halfway already, if that makes sense to you. He's like, she was already starting to acclimate almost a month back. He's saying to me, a month back, she started to kind of like put her toe on the other side. Please let me know about that. But I will tell you this, I'm just going to ask if any of your guides are here. You have a little dove coming through, giving me a message. Dove is always, of course, a symbol of peace. Make sure you keep things fragrant in your house. It's like that's how she and all that female lineage would want you to, like keeping fresh flowers in the house. Even if they make you sneeze, still having something beautiful like that, having the roses in the house, having the colorful flowers. Yeah, so that would be like the yellows and the pinks. Right now, they just want you to know that, thank you. So it's like the circle is complete. You are not here to carry their burden anymore of the female lineage.
Jennifer says she was having mini strokes.
She was having mini strokes. Okay. Yeah. So part of her was just the last month, I guess, right? Okay. So that's what was happening. So the journeys, what I'm getting from my guide, Red Eagle, is the journey was complete. It's almost like I see a person getting on the train and then getting off at their intended destination and stop and safely to the other side. Okay. Next.
I was going, but Paul wanted to know if we were about to read his super chat. But the thing is, Paul, I had responded to your super chat by giving a general message about being in an accident and you were hit from behind. So that's the message, actually.
So it's about your past coming up from behind and always reminding you to do something to move forward and to move along faster.
Yeah.
Right? Because when do people hit you from behind? When either you stop short or you're going too slow. Or they usually call that a no fault, right? And like if someone hits you from behind, it's like always your fault. Isn't that true?
I think it's the other way around.
Is it?
Yeah, because if you hit somebody, it's your fault.
Yeah,
okay.
If you're
no.
If you're not, if you brake too fast or something.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So anyway, it's still about the past. Okay, it's still about the past, and you go, how do I get rid of that? Well, because you start to see the perfection of the past. That's how you do it. You're not going to eliminate the past. You're either going to see the past as powerful and important and blessed, or you're going to see it as cursed and shameful and full of skeletons. So let's choose to change this narrative about what your past is.
Well, Red Eagle said something to me recently through you that I've been chewing on about time, understanding the past, the present, and the future. If you look at it as one giant, long conversation, a life that you have, that you're living with yourself, that you are speaking to yourself about all the things that you're going through, in one long conversation.
No, he didn't. But here, can I make the distinction?
Yeah.
He didn't say long, because the moment you say long,
right. He didn't say long. So that's why I'm still.
He just said your life is just your entire existence is just a conversation, and stop looking at it as long. They go, oh, we've been talking about this for so long, the same old stuff. He goes, no, it's just you will find the beauty in everything the moment that you decide I'm going to just be about the beauty of everything. And what did Red Eagle said something also in that conversation. He said, you will stop finding things annoying when you decide you no longer want to be annoyed.
Right. That was big.
So you're not even.
I think you need to say that again.
So you will no longer find things annoying when you decide you're no longer interested in being annoyed. That means that anything can happen, and you will neutralize your annoyance feeling inside of you, which doesn't do you good anywhere in your body, mind, and spirit, because all those parts of you listen, that you decide, well, I'm just done with that feeling.
Right.
So you're completely letting go. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who we got next?
Okay.
Spirit shout out. What do you got?
Teresa said that her mom, Betty, who is on the other side, Chanel No. 5 was her signature perfume.
Okay. So she's stopping by and she's got the perfume. Her name is Teresa?
Yes.
And what's her mom's name?
Betty.
Betty. So Betty's like in full swag, Teresa. Like just she's got I want to say she's got her dancing shoes on and she's there to like just dance the night away. So she is in her joy. And anytime I particularly smell someone when it feels like they're dressed up, it means that they are really jubilant and full of vibrant energy around you, around their loved ones, okay? And that's really, really good for you because it's reminding you to, dress up, feel good. Don't let yourself go in any way. Honor your own beauty and your own sense of style and have fun with it because she's doing it. So you should do it too. All right.
Do you know she actually hits the camera on purpose?
The cat?
I was just looking and the camera shook. So she literally walks by and shakes it. And she's looking at me because she thinks
it's a lap
and
time.
You said no, and now she's mad.
I put my foot there. I was like, no. I extended my foot to go, no more. Because her nails, when she jumps off of you have your cat that like just they take the lap and then with like no sense of like love, just jump off of you and get a little dig with their claws.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
I wanted to take this question, Claire Divine.
You want to take it?
I want to take it. She posed it to both of us. If you feel like saying something, you can jump in.
I'm going to lean back a little bit.
So she was wondering what her spirit team has to say about her New York person that she thinks she found and her situation currently. So she feels like this is the one, probably, like she has that connection. I'm going to give you, Riz does it from a more cosmic like trajectory, like he can get hot or cold and feel things like that. But what I'm going to talk to you about is energetically. I'm going to talk to you about how you are being in this situation. So in order to find out if this person, well, first of all, everybody who comes into your life is for you, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up learning something from everybody you're with, whether it's something that was painful or something that wasn't painful. You're still going to learn about yourself. So, but if you feel like this is the one and you want it to be the one and you're excited, just like anything, especially like a garden, you would want to nurture and you want to water that garden. What you don't want to do is overwater the garden, put too much sun on the garden, make it too cold or anything that's just too much of anything. So you want to make sure it has the right ingredients. So make sure everything that you're doing is to nurture yourself and nurture the other person equally so that it is a healthy, balanced garden. And then you will have the feelings and the results that you want, because anybody who gets into a new relationship always wants to feel that the person that they're with is stable, peaceful, balanced, and grounded. That is some of the most attractive qualities in a human being, no matter what you look like. Hopefully you don't have any addictions, but like chemical addiction. But it's really important how you show up. And a lot of people don't realize that when they ask about their future partner or somebody that they are calling in or somebody that they just met, they never ask, how am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Am I scaring them off? Am I okay? Am I doing something that's not, that's unhealthy?
Or they get too worried about that.
Too worried about that.
They can't
and then you
relax
get tight,
into it.
and then you get so worried about losing. So it's very important that when you find something that you really want, or you're starting to get involved in a relationship that you're really excited about, it's totally fine to keep that excitement level up, but make sure that you stay balanced in your life. Your equilibrium stays connected the way it is, because that's what attracted that other person to you. Is the way you were behaving.
So, but then when you get all tight,
yes,
you ruin the vibration of the joy.
Now, let me talk to you about what happens if you start to feel that something's unhealthy on the other side. So you're starting to date somebody, and then you start to feel some red flags. You start to feel it's getting rocky, and now you're starting to get outside of your comfort zone. Something is doesn't feel integritous to you, and you're starting to sense that this person is not honest. And you check in with yourself, ask a few questions, check in with your psychics and your guides like you are now. But usually your sixth sense, usually your intuition kind of can tell you, unless you feel that you're in a repeating pattern where you just like find something wrong with every single human being you come across. If that's the case, then you do need spiritual work on yourself. You need to work with a shaman. You need to work with a life coach. You have to work with somebody who can help you understand how to be in a balanced relationship without making everything wrong at moment go, because that can happen. But also to be able to distinguish and be sensitive enough to understand if maybe you are actually correct and you are actually attracting somebody who is not right for you because they're bringing in some toxic kind of energy or something into the relationship.
I want to say something about that psychically. Is that a lot of times, guys, when I'll do a reading for someone and they want to know, is this person the one? Okay, now the one for what? Sometimes they'll say, is this the person I'm going to marry? And I see it very clearly, yes. But I also see that there's another person they're going to marry in about 6 years. Now, do you want to know that? Now, let's say I told the person that. You know how, and I want to give this message to you guys as a reader, and some of you are learning. Learning how to deliver a message is 50% of giving a good reading. Because you have to come from a place that really understands how we are creating our reality for the best of our soul's evolution, whether it is painful or pleasurable. And sometimes someone will say, what would you do if a psychic gave you a reading and said, this is the person you're going to marry? And you're going to be very happy. You say, great, thank you. And the psychic knows that there's also going to be 2 more marriages. And after the 3rd marriage ends, after the 3rd one ends, you're going to meet your twin flame. Now, most people will say, and you're going to have kids with each one of these partners. Imagine this scenario that you guys are those who are single. And the psychic says, well, you're going to have 3 marriages. And after your 3rd marriage, you're going to meet the 4th person. Most people will just kill me now because I don't want to go through that. And you're going to go through these rough divorces, and you're going to have child custody battles, and you're going to go through alcoholism, and you're going to go through depression, and you're going to go through PTSD. But after all that, you're going to have a spiritual rebirth, and then you're going to meet the person. Now, let's say, now what are you going to do? Are you going to say, well, I'm not in? Okay, fine, you're not in, then that's not going to happen because everything is free will. Or are you going to say, well, then I'm just not going to take any of these first 3 seriously because I know the 4th one is going to be my twin flame. It's never going to happen either because the way that it works is you cannot have the harvest without the planting and without the nurturing of the field, of the vegetables, the fruit of the farm. Mm-hmm. Harvest happens in September, October, and that's it. And so you have to go through that. So a good reader is not going to tell you that. It's not there. First of all, it's possible they don't even know. Because not everybody is privy to, psychics don't have privy to the entire universe's answers. They receive what they are supposed to, if their heart and their being is in a good place, what they're supposed to tell you in that moment. And they may not even know. They might just see you are going to have 2 kids with this person. You are going to have a great marriage. And they don't know that, okay, that's only going to be for 5 years. And then the 6th year, it's going to fall apart and you're going to be with someone else. That's not their purpose. They are here to help you, guide you now. What is this next step? What a big breath you have to take. We have to sometimes undo years and years of programming from, I'm going to say it, really misinformed understanding of energy and your path and why you're even on the planet, right? So that's why being shamans is so important also when you're doing psychic work, to understand it. It's not just giving answers. It's helping you to understand how you can create your reality better and connect the dots and see that. Okay. Any shout outs?
Well,
we do have some. What are they?
And before you answer, I just want to say some people are giving some confirmations on some of the psychic hits that Riz had.
Oh, okay.
And I asked them to specify what they are. They were
Please, let's hear what some of the hits are. It's always fun to hear that.
Yeah. So when they get to that, answering that question, Erica can answer your question.
Okay. What's the confirmation?
I'm still waiting for the
okay.
confirmation.
So we're going to find out. We just asked about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Shout out?
Yeah, that's what he was asking you.
Yes.
Sorry.
What's the spirit shout out?
Anyways, the bull.
The bull.
Lordonia?
The painting?
Yes. I have a painting of a self-portrait of myself as a bull.
Yes.
I painted after my first plant ceremony on my birthday.
Beautiful.
Taurus, and the painting is in my family home in LA.
Beautiful. And what's her name?
Lordonia.
Lordonia, awesome. Your guides are here with me and want to say, by the way, there's also a male here, physical male on the human side, meaning physical human person, now who's in the non-physical, meaning this message is from a spirit guide, but also there's a male related to you on the other side here who is passing down great blessings is the way I'm going to say it. It's almost like, I'm so glad that you mentioned that you had a plant medicine ceremony, and may you always honor that and take those very, very seriously. Also do them more one-on-one rather than in a group, because you're working on your own deeper healing now and empathic attunement happening with you. Throat chakra, very important for you. I hope that you're chanting or singing. This is very important because sound needs to come out of you and resonate in your chest to send some great self-regenerative healing through your heart and throat chakra. Chakra tip. Throat chakra is not just here, my dear friends. Throat chakra is from here to here. So when you do a throat chakra meditation, please connect mentally to the shoulder bone or where the collarbone ends, and all across the upper chest, all across up here. Okay, that's your throat chakra. It's not this little space in here. Okay.
So Teresa D. Anton, who you just gave a message to earlier about her mother, Betty.
Yeah.
Am I correct,
Yes.
Erica?
Yeah.
So her confirmations are, yes, she has 2 bad knees. Her mom, Betty, wore a WW2 floppy fashion hats. I'm moving to the West Coast. Betty wore Chanel, and Betty won swing dance contests.
That's why she's saying I'm going dancing. I love that. Yes. Okay,
so going on to the next questions. So we have Super Chat Rain. Any guidance from my guides on helping me with my self-worth? Why is this such a struggle for me? I can't break this cycle. Thank you, both of you.
There's 2 reasons, Rain. And 2, when I say reasons, I want to say that the way I look at reasons is not coming from you're being punished and here's the reason why. No. And I do have to say that very succinctly for you, because I feel that where you saw punishment in your family is coming up for me, and how that was doled out, or where you saw things go unpunished. Okay, where you saw people doing some things wrong. Maybe there's some really heinous behavior that you saw or knew about, and you felt it went unpunished. And then you also felt like some people were being punished for no reason. And that formed the psychic foundation that was going to be a part of what you are here to experience in your space. Remember, no punishment. Meaning, you have to understand you're working here right now with the ideas of reward and punishment. Like, what did I do to deserve this? Okay? Rather than, man, how deep do you want to go? Y'all want to go deep? Check this out. So the victim, a victim mentality, just work with me here. A victim mentality is something happens, rock falls from the heavens, breaks my foot. And the person, naturally, they're going to be hurt, and they're going to say, what did I do to deserve this? The person awakening goes, what did I do to deserve this? The word deserve takes a different meaning. When the person awakening chooses to use the word deserve, what they're saying is, why did this happen for me? Why did this happen for me? So what you're working on right now, and it doesn't matter how many years you've been working on it, Rain, one only needs to look on the internet and do some scrolls of people who are handicapped in some way physically, or even perhaps mentally, or even emotionally, who are doing amazing acts of service, creativity, right? And living, teaching even. So where can you do that? And come out of your closet, whatever this is. Come back out into the light, okay? You've been nursing your wounds for a while, thinking that you need to fix it first before you can be out there. And it's the ideas of also perfection, of when it's right. When I'm this, then I can do that. And your guides are super powerful. By the way, Helen Keller is one of your guides. Helen Keller is one of her guides.
Okay.
Coming through and saying, she taught people how to actually see and hear, and she couldn't, and speak, and she couldn't.
She's a major guide.
Major guide. By the way, I put her in my Oracle deck. Did you know that?
And you have her channeled in your 9 Keys book.
That's right. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's move forward.
So,
any confirmations?
I have something to say.
Sure.
I would like to give a little surprise experiment, like I like to do sometimes. I like to kind of surprise Riz and surprise everybody out there with some little thing.
What?
So here's what I'm going to do. Somebody's asking for a healing in the group. Her name is Yasmin, and she says her arm hurts, and she wanted to have us send her a healing. Now, the thing is, and she says that it worked last time she was on our group chat, and we did kind of a group healing. But I'm going to try something that we haven't done before.
Please.
I am going to have all of you, 127 people watching, all of you are going to try something. Now, some of you are experienced Reiki healers. Some of you are experienced healers. Some of you are not. Some of you are trying to be. Some of you want to be. Some of you have never had the opportunity. Here's your chance.
And some of you are, but don't know that you are.
That's right. So energy is energy, and it goes through everything, and it's connected. We're all connected. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, we're all connected. So if you tune in and you actually drop in and let yourself feel it, you will start to feel the energy. And if you start to feel that buzz, you know you found the right frequency. So if you do that, here's what you're going to do. We're going to all focus. Now, Riz and I are not going to do it. Okay, that's the surprise here. You guys are going to do it. So all of you are going to get together right now and send healing energy to Yasmin's arm.
You want to guide them to do it?
Yes. Okay. So here's how you do it. You focus, you visualize her arm, and I'm going to go slow because there's a delay. You know, there's like a 30-second delay.
Yeah, let's set their breathing and all that.
Right. So what you're going to do is you're going to slow everything down. You're going to relax. You're going to breathe in through your nose, nice and big. Release. You're going to breathe in again. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in through your nose. Fill your cavity. Keep going. Sip a little bit more. And as you get to the top, a slow exhale that everything is okay. You're in the right place at the right time with the right people. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. You're in the present moment. And you don't have to think about the past. You don't have to think of what has happened to you before. Up until this very moment, all you have to know is that you have the ability to send healing energy. And what that means is you find some place in yourself that feels warm and yummy and golden and juicy and full of, how would you describe it? Sparkles and
you can imagine sparkles.
For me, that's how it feels for me.
But you know what you can do?
How it feels for you.
Guys, just focus on really emanating light
and
feeling it coming from behind your head, behind your spine, and it's almost like there's a gentle wave of energy coming through you and out down your arms and through your fingertips. And I want you to imagine that there's just an arm made of light in front of you, and you are placing your one hand on the shoulder of this arm and one hand on, let's say, on the inner elbow. Okay, just feel
and we don't
that
know which
in your
arm
hands.
it is, so
doesn't matter.
It's okay. We're going to do both.
Just one arm will be fine.
The right arm will receive it. The correct arm will receive it.
Spirit knows which arm.
Exactly.
So you just see an arm, and you allow yourself to feel as if liquid energy is flowing through you, and you can't do anything about it. It's just coming from behind you and right through you.
And Yasmin, this is good practice for you to be sensitive enough to receive. There's no right or wrong. And if you don't feel anything right away, that's fine. Just let it be. And you could be surprised. You might surprise yourself later on in the show.
Right.
You might feel something.
But Yasmin, just kind of breathe and relax yourself. Don't just totally be vulnerable right now. And guys, thank you for doing this. This is so nice if we, as a community, we can send healing this way. This is a natural gift that we all have. We just rarely use it. So just send it to someone and let it flow. Thank you. All right. That's so nice you stopped for us to do that.
Yes.
Thanks for letting me help you with that also. I mean, you don't need my help, but I just like to, I get so excited.
While we're doing our readings here, in the background, you guys can all be sending love and light to everybody, because that is what this is all about.
We are always sending it to you guys. We sage, the camera and the set, but when I sage, I just say, just bless, and all of our viewers, look, you're always blessed. You're blessed whether I bless you or not. You're blessed. I just do it because it's about community, right? Just sharing that energy with each other. All right. So what do we got? Any shout out confirmations? We have a Sherry. Hi, Sherry.
My name is Sherry.
All right.
My dad is Wayne. He's on the other side.
Yeah.
Any messages from him?
Yep, absolutely. So number one, I want to tell you that there's all these like autumn leaves where he is. And when you walk through the leaves and you crunch them in autumn time and you want to jump in a pile of leaves, he is like an 11-year-old boy on that side, jumping into a pile of leaves. And he's just like moving them around. And that is how happy he is, Sherry. And earlier on, I just kept hearing this man say this name, and it just had a lot of love around it. And just to let you know how I heard it, there's an old song called "Oh Sherry" by Journey. That's the song that I heard, and that was a song playing in my head, and then this male energy was coming through about sending love to you, and for you to know that he's getting to relive his childhood in a way that he always wanted to relive it, and for you to keep the kid alive in you. And I don't know why I see Mickey Mouse in Disney World or Disneyland. Maybe you're supposed to go. I don't know if there's any significance to that for you, like specifically. Let me know. Okay. Anybody else?
Yes.
Yes.
We got quite a few. Okay.
Questions.
So, Bill Barnes.
Barnes.
My name is Bill. My mother, Jackie, passed May 19th, 2012. Does she have a message for me? Love the show. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you still have one of her bags, Bill, but the first thing is I'm getting bags. And also I want to know if you, number one, do you possess those bags or suitcase? Is this a suitcase? There's certain bags they used to call valets. Is that true? Mm-hmm. I don't know how I know that. What would be a valet, Erica?
I think it's a smaller suitcase.
It's a smaller suitcase?
I think. Don't quote me on that.
Did you have, Bill, did she have a valet case that you were, as a boy, like would see her have, or you always wanted to get in it or something? I don't know what that is, but there's a reference to that. And also the color turquoise is coming through very profoundly. Not blue or green. Turquoise like the stone. I don't know if that stone has something to do with this. Also, there's a house right next to a hill that she's showing me, and this is referencing, unless it's the name of the town or like something hill or the name of the street, but it's something specific with this word hill, and I don't know exactly what it is. Also, Bill, do you have a sweet tooth? Who's really into Coca-Cola? That someone is here also that's connected to you in some way, that's putting the taste of Coca-Cola in my mouth. I'd love to know those confirmations, but she's coming through very strong. I have to say something. I feel like your mom was a man's woman, meaning like she could hang with the men and handle them too if need be. And she is very much, I want to say she's very much in her feminine energy now, where maybe when she was here she had to be a little tougher or more like a rock or something, but there she's more like a flower. That's the message for you.
Okay, next question is from...
Also, by the way, I don't know what this is about, but she's tossing pennies. What are pennies about? Abraham Lincoln's on a penny. Copper, I don't know. I don't know what the reference is. Please let me know if there is some connection to the pennies. Okay.
Okay, super chat from Natalija J. I'm sure I'm not saying it correctly.
What?
No, but she has a J in there.
It's just pronounced like a Y.
Oh.
It's like Eastern European.
Oh, okay. So Natalia, thank you for everything what you are doing for the world. Do you have any messages for me? Thank you.
Hi, Natalia. Thank you for thanking me. You know, I feel like you've gotten a lot of. I was going to say a lot of smack, but I could say a lot of shit. You've gotten a lot of shit for being yourself. And you've had to learn how to, maybe people have complained for you how to tone yourself down. And you're like, I can't do it. And the thing is, yes, you can. You can adjust yourself. It's not selling yourself short. The message from Archangel Michael to you is because he knows that you call on him, is that, yes, you're not turning down your light, Natalia. You're not turning down your light. You are adjusting it so that, look, there's lights on us right now to shoot this podcast, but I can't turn them up all the way just because they can. That would blow out the picture. It would look terrible for you. It would feel terrible for us. And it wouldn't create something that is nice to look at. So it's about your learning right now, at this age now, how to really balance all of your light and all of your colors and all of your shadow and your contrast. And I do feel that it's very important for you to take kind of breath work classes, that's breathing classes, and learning how to calm the mind, because I feel like you want to develop your intuition as well. So the first thing is calming the mind. Okay? So yes, you're ready for that. So many blessings to you.
I just wanted to tell you that Rain Monet.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for her question.
Monet, like the painter Monet.
So she, oh yeah. So you gave her a message and Helen Keller was her guide. And she just said that she is disabled and she's blown away right now.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Did Bill get back to us?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, so, okay, let me just see.
Down to the bottom where you posted.
Oh.
All right,
you
what
want
we
me
got?
to do that?
Yeah, it's the same order, it's just less messy.
Oh, okay. So, Anna Munoz.
Hi, Anna.
Any messages for me expecting my second little boy in May?
Congratulations.
Aww. So cute.
Well, this is a little
boy coming in May too. But he's furry.
What a way to tell her husband that and then throw that one in at the end. She's talking about the dog. Okay. Yes, well, he's a little tiger. I got to say this. This is a little tiger coming. So get ready for a lot of food. This one's going to be a foodie. Oh, listen, all babies love to eat. I'm talking about later in life, like a connoisseur. In fact, this one's actually going to know how to cook. And there's a reason. So by the way, guys, when I tune into when someone tells me they're having a baby, the first thing that I do is I always go, who was this person before? Like, what was their past life? Because I see it, that always jumps out at me. And so what I'm seeing is so interesting. It's French, but I'm talking about food and then talking French. No, he wasn't a French chef, but a farmer in that part of the world. But this lifetime of this child is like, we're talking, it's been about 100 to 150 years since they've been incarnated here. So he was living as a man in that region of the world in just a very simple agricultural type of life, nothing spectacular, no great big story for me to tell you, but really wanted to be born somewhere where there was more action. And you're going to provide that. So good for you and congratulations on that. Also, Are you waiting to do something with your hair after the child is born? Because you should. And like, have you been thinking about it, or you don't want to do it until the child is born or something? But yes, do it right after, because it's going to shift. You know, when we cut our hair or color our hair, we're also affecting our aura. It kind of refreshes things. Okay. All right, where are we going next?
Okay.
Confirmation. A little more detailed. Rain said that today she was actually talking about an invention she thought about for the blind. And you said Helen Keller is her guide.
Rain was thinking about an invention today to help the blind. Yeah. And then I said Helen Keller is her guide. Yes. One of her guides. Love that.
And then Sherry just wanted to say thank you so much for the message about her dad.
Uh-huh.
His mom died when he was very young and he had a really rough childhood, so she's really happy to hear that he's happy.
Thank you. So Sherry said that her dad Wayne, who I gave a message from about he's 11 and he's getting the childhood he always wanted, she just sent us a confirmation saying that he had it really rough and didn't get a chance to have that kind of childhood.
Right.
Well, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so the next one is for Dan and Yvonne Anderson. Any message from my son Ben, who passed at age 22 in 2001? Thank you both.
Before I give that message, I want to say there's somebody here who's mentioning two names, Carl and Renee. So if Carl and you belong to, or they belong to you, Carl or Renee, let me know, please. They're on the other side. So this couple has lost their son a few years ago?
In 2001.
And please tell me the name again. Ben?
Passed
is the name
away.
Of the son?
Yes, he was 22.
Okay. And what are the names of the parents?
Dan and Yvonne Anderson.
Dan and Yvonne. Okay. I'm going to have to, Dan and Yvonne, you're going to have to answer something for me, because it's showing me, first thing I want to say is I just see I see water, and I don't know whether this is, you live near the water or he was by the water when this happened. The other thing I also want to say here is, when you are standing in your kitchen by the oven, like that's where he comes up, like sort of behind you guys. Like there's a certain spot there, and that's where he's drawing me to. One thing I want to say about your son's energy is that I always say his energy, because that's what I feel. I feel the energy of a person. I don't really go by personality. I do get personality sometimes, but it's more, what is their energy? He did not think he was going to live to a ripe old age. This is not to make you sad or affect you in any way, other than for you to understand that his soul knew this destiny on a higher level. Okay? And you need to know that. Feather is his sign for you. When he crossed over, it's almost like the Native American tribe that he was in a past life welcomed him in, like our son, our brother, you're here. And it's like you need to know that he got that kind of feeling of belonging there. I have to say something. I feel like Ben was an old man inside this body. Like he was just an older man in there. And has lived many, many lifetimes. Yeah, the ocean. I see like this surfboard. They show me like, I don't know if this is a literal message, or is this a symbol of like he's surfing the cosmic waves, or did he actually surf in this lifetime, or is he doing that on the other side? I'm sorry, I don't know, but that's what they're showing me. February there's a heart around the month of February, so I don't know who that's in reference to, but it's showing that as well. And do you still have the blankets? Are these baby blankets? I don't know. I see these blankets. They look small to me. Okay. For now, that's all I'm getting. So let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is from Dawn. I'm having spine surgery tomorrow. Can you tell me who my guides are and ask them to be close to me tomorrow? Thank
you. That's a beautiful sentiment. We wish you the best on having your surgery tomorrow. And I hope that, anytime you have spinal surgery, boy, I hope you got second and third opinions, but guess it's too late now. You're going in, right? Okay. So here we go. Look, the best thing that you can do psychically is to surrender to the experience and to say to yourself, I'm just going to surround myself with light as I go under. Surround yourself with light. Think of all the happy things. Even if you get a little sad, a little scared, that's okay. That's going to come and go. Don't stick to that. Go into very, very happy thoughts and go into surrendering and allowing and blessing the surgeons,
that's what I
the
do.
Assistants, the people who built the hospital in the operating room, the people who designed all the machines. Bless them, bless them, bless them. Thank them tonight. Tonight before you go to bed, say, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank people who built the phone systems that are in that hospital. I want to thank people who built the roads leading to that hospital. I want to thank everybody for doing such a good job of creating this opportunity for me to work on my healing.
And the back represents not feeling supported, or if there's an injury of any kind. So it's something to think about when you're going in, is to think about that I feel supported, I'm being supported, I'm going to be supported.
Yes, and I am supported. And this surgery is the proof that I'm being supported.
Right.
What's his name, by the way, again? Sorry about the name.
Dawn.
Dawn, D-O-N?
D-A-W-N.
Oh, Dawn's the woman.
Yes.
Dawn. Do you remember that, who doesn't? Remember the video game Pac-Man, where the Pac-Man or Ms. Pac-Man was eating all the little dots? They were showing this to me, that you want to have fun with this and imagine that there's a little Ms. Pac-Man going through your spine, eating all the bad stuff away. Okay? Want to keep it happier and lighter. All right. Any spirit shout out answers? What happened to the Beatles question I had at the top of this thing? I'm going to say it again if you're just joining us. At the top, I gave a spirit shout out that there's somebody here who keeps talking about Beatles memorabilia. I'm hearing Beatles songs. They met the Beatles on the other side, and this was like a big thing. And one of you knows this.
Dig deep, y'all.
Okay.
So next question. So, okay. Shannon Ramey.
My
best friend Sherry, spelled S-H-A-R-I, passed several years ago. And I don't think we got to her.
No.
This is a different Sherry. Okay.
No, that was Sherry. This
Sherry.
is a message about Shari.
Shari.
Yeah, that's different.
All
that's
right.
a different one. And her name is?
Yeah, hold on one second.
Shannon and Shari. How interesting. Both with the S-H-A in their name. Give me a moment. Let me see if I got anything, if my guides want to connect me to, oh yeah, I'm just flying through portals right now. Your friend is a very, I want to tell you something. You both had past lives where you were like, I would want to use the word nuns, but not in the way that kind of we sometimes think of nuns as, little jokes that we have about them. But this is more like when they were more like monks. You guys were like this together in a past life together. There's a third person. She's the J name that was in this, that the two of you know, was there with you as well. Yeah, I have a couple of messages from Sherry. So she's showing me that she's going to be your pathfinder, like kind of assisting with you, leading you, like go this way now and take that trip now. And that's the role she's going to be playing in your life. She's also says you've heard her, and like you've actually thought you heard her, and you kind of reacted. Is that true? There's a spirit animal here. It's the koala. I think koalas are only in Australia. Anyway, that has nothing. I don't think Australia has something to do with this, but the koala as a spirit animal. Please look that up of why that is here. Koalas eat mint and like eucalyptus.
That's so interesting.
Isn't that interesting? And when I see that symbolism as a shaman, it is about refreshment and refreshing you. She's like, we're still going to be on the other side one day, having a glass of wine together and cracking open the bottle on the other side. We're going to be doing that. She's like, you got to be in your yoga and doing your stuff with your physical body. Make sure you stay in that. She really knows that people got really sad and you got really sad, and it was awful how the chapter of physical life ended. Notice how I'm saying not when she just died. Sometimes I say when she died. Mm-hmm. But she's making me say no, when my chapter of physical life ended. I don't know, but she's very well spoken because she's making me say it like that. Your friend is kind of a flirt, by the way, I have to tell you, because the energy is very flirty. Like, yeah, and I'm like this, and and say it like this, and it's a very charming energy, I have to say. And some people are more like sarcastic and funny, and she's like in her flirty, like
she's like a
flowery energy. Yeah, she's like, the ending was not good, but that's fine. Everything's good now. July, she says July. I don't know what July is about, but let me know. Okay. So any confirmations out there?
So we have a couple questions. So on April 21st, 2016,
yeah,
our beloved musician friend Prince crossed over. And some people are asking, how is Prince doing on the other side?
Thank you for asking that. I'm going to tell you something.
We're going to look into that now. We don't have to wait until his death anniversary.
Which is what, in a few days?
On the 21st.
I'll talk about it because I actually gave a reading to one of his relatives. I didn't know it was his relative. And this happened close to 10 years ago on the street on Melrose Avenue here in LA. And so, let me tell you, he is a guide. And here he was working, of course, with frequency and music and self-expression. And, of course, you won't be surprised to find out that he is here for people to learn how to surrender to the uniqueness of their own vision. That's what he has always been about, and cutting out. He was trying to get people to cut out all the bullshit of life, right? For him, things were like, he didn't have a cell phone, and he didn't want people to tell that they were friends with him, and because he liked his privacy. But that was his human self. His purpose on the planet was to show you a balance of yin and yang. That was his purpose, because everyone liked him. And I almost want to say the joke was like everyone was attracted to him, men and women.
That's
people
true.
Who weren't straight people, gay people, bisexual people. Everybody was drawn to him in this very provocative way. Right? I say provocative because he stirred us. So he is working with people to help you to understand how to stir up and generate and regenerate your own unique vision. So he has been doing that with people, and once in a while people say, I always feel like Prince is around me. And I go, well, he is.
Somebody said that he came through in a dream to them, so he's already starting to work with people.
He started working even years ago with people. He was ready to do that. In fact, I believe that his sole purpose, not S-O-L-E, well, maybe S-O-L-E, soul purpose,
right,
but also S-O-U-L purpose, and he was so soulful in his playing and singing, was for him to have even a bigger reach. He wanted to get into your aura. He wanted to get into your star seed essence energy. He wanted to permeate you.
Yeah, he did.
And so he wasn't going to be able to fully do that for his own satisfaction here as a human, in a human form. So, yes, he could affect you with music and 30,000 people are going to be screaming and he's playing Purple Rain in the rain at the Super Bowl and all of that. That still wasn't enough. And it's okay that it wasn't enough because he's connecting and fully expressing what his purpose was and what his desire is, how he wants to express himself. So he's doing that now. And he's the messages I've gotten is that he's always like, just call on me. You know, you want me to help you with music? You want me to help you with self-expression? You want me to help you to say, don't worry about it, be yourself? I'm here for that.
Well, perfect segue. So we're going to take Bernadette's question right now. And I'm going to tell you that, Bernadette, if you feel connected to Prince, you should connect to him because I feel a connection between the two of you. And I don't know what that connection could be, but it's definitely something soulful, and I think that he could solve a lot of this antsiness and the itchiness you have about things are not just right for you. So your question is, who is my twin on the other side? And you feel part of me is missing. Has he or she visited me?
Let's talk about it. This question is very interesting. So she's asking, who is my twin on the other side?
Yeah.
Now, is she referring to twin flame or twin sibling? Twin flame.
Twin flame.
Okay, let's talk about this, guys. Yes, soulmates are many. Twin flame is one.
We found the beetle person, by the way.
All right, thank you, finally. Thank you, beetle person. I only had to wait an hour and a half for you. What you were doing? You were in the kitchen, like fixing a snack or something? Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So, Bernadette, before I answer you specifically, I want to share with everyone what your question is about. She has felt this empty space. Many people have felt an empty space, and it's part of life on Earth, understanding so-called loneliness, and then we're here to connect with each other. And sometimes it's really hard to find someone to connect with. Now, some people, aside from that, feel it on a more psychic level, like, I don't think this is here. I don't think this person is in this lifetime with me, and they're trying to heal a psychic wound. These are usually from past lives. Simply put, there was someone, Bernadette, that you were connected to in a past life where the relationship was together. You were two people together. Then they did not incarnate in this lifetime. And so you're feeling that missing. And it's very interesting you say twin because years ago, I had a client who felt that there was something missing. And guess what happened? She found out she was adopted. She was in New York. And she found out she had a twin who was in Chicago. And she found that person, and she never knew she actually had a physical twin. By the same token, now in your situation, you have discovered for yourself that this twin flame is on the other side. Okay, so if you decided that, you have to actually honor that, respect that, and let it go. It is not here to confuse you or keep you out of relationships. It's not here to do anything except for to move you forward and say, fine, that's going to be then. You do not negate the power of the now. The now is for you to completely say, I am now letting go of past and future, and I'm going to now just water the garden that's in front of me. Please do that. Okay, the Beatles confirmation.
Yay. Okay, so guess who it is? It's Baron Von Crunch.
Baron. Okay, what?
Oh, really? So I'll say Baron's and you say the other one.
Well, let's go to the other one first because we just spoke to Baron, so I want to hear the other one is being drawn to the other one.
California, her dad, Clayton, was a huge Beatles fan, and he is on the other side.
Okay, her dad claims a huge Beatles fan. Okay, and what was Baron's?
And Baron's is, my mother had many Beatles albums in their vinyl collection. I fell in love with them from an early age. They were still my favorite band. I even introduced my children to their music. So,
but this was a male.
Okay.
On the other side.
Okay.
So the other one was a male?
Yes.
And
California, her dad. Clayton.
Have we spoken to Is her name California?
Yes.
Okay, I think we've spoken. I've given you a message in the past. Okay, well, and what's the dad's name?
Clayton.
Clayton is apparently one to say hello to you again. So the message is he met John, he's met George. It was awesome. They're both totally cool, and he got to sing a few songs with them around a campfire. Wow. It's just like amazing how it comes through.
Yeah.
The song they sang together was the Yellow Submarine.
Oh.
They just showed me a little picture of that. So go play it and be happy, California. Okay.
I hate that your purple tie is being blocked this entire time.
Have you all seen my purple tie?
That's my favorite part of your outfit.
I got to pull my vest down a little bit for y'all to see it.
The entire show.
How about like that? I just go a little.
The microphone has covered your purple tie.
Can I get a little love, y'all, for my purple tie? What's up? Purple skinny tie. Not just a purple tie.
Oh, see, now you can see it.
Y'all didn't even know I put my purple tie on for you guys tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
Any spirit shout out confirmations other than that? Well, no. I have another one that's coming through. Would you like to know it? The name is Rod, R-O-D. If you belong to him or he belongs to you, please let me know. Okay.
I was like a Beatles lyric right there.
Yeah.
It was?
Say it again.
If he belongs to you or you belong to him.
Or maybe he belongs to me.
All right.
Okay. Super chat B. So good to see you both. Riz, who is my gatekeeper? Much love to you.
And what's the name?
B-E-A.
Oh, B.
B.
And who's my gatekeeper?
Yeah.
Thank you. Give me a moment. I'll ask Red Eagle. Red Eagle's my gatekeeper, and he's definitely hangs out with a lot of gatekeepers. It's Moira, M-O-I-R-A. M-O-I-R-A. Okay. Next.
Well, do you want to say anything about who Moira is?
Oh, sorry. It's like an SNL skit.
I feel like it's one of those assembly lines that it's like you remember.
Well, you asked me the name.
My favorite scene of all time is Lucille Ball with the cough syrup and the assembly line, and that's Riz right now. He's answering questions, and he's like, "Okay,
Lucy is one of my guys. Just Leos, we look after each other.
I can't even handle talking about Lucille Ball.
Okay.
I just can't. My heart just can't.
Because you guys, you and Erica are Lucy and Ethel. I basically think
we are Lucy and Ethel.
Okay.
Like legit. Facts. Yeah.
I'm asking about how. This is what I ask. So, what can I say more about your gatekeeper? I ask, what is a better way to communicate? Of course, it's always meditation, but is there there's like Red Eagle would give me little things to do, or that would help me connect. Okay. Cleaning up, cleaning your house, like vacuuming and like, oh, interesting. Clean the windows and the mirror in the bathroom, like spray the Windex and clear it. And that's going to help you. That's the, and I'm talking literally, okay? Your guide is saying to do that. Moira's a very big name in the spirit world. Like, Moira's kind of famous, I think. So go Google that, please.
You know what we haven't done on this show today?
Tell me.
We have not done any announcements.
Let's take some time for some announcements.
Where we're going, what we're doing. We have a location coming up. I don't think it's booked fully, where Riz and I are going to be going to the East Coast to do a circle of light where Riz is going to channel Red Eagle in Virginia. And then in the very next day, lead a shamanic journey with me, and we're going to lead you all, whoever joins us. And if you're interested, Erica will send you the link. You could either host
one
in
of your
neck of the woods, or you could attend. So this particular one is in Virginia, and people are flying in from like Switzerland. I think they're actually here tonight on the group chat.
Awesome.
And we have people that are coming in from all over. So we have a couple spots left. If you're interested, you guys,
come and hang out with us.
This is your opportunity.
We just came back from Japan.
Yes.
Look, we're in 2 weeks. We're going to be in Joshua Tree doing our contact alien retreat. I channel spirit guides. Part of the guides that I channel in my last book, which is called the Echelon. The Echelon are an extraterrestrial group of intelligent, highly evolved beings whom I channel. I've channeled them for years. And yes, they are from another light. You might call it another dimension if you want to say it that way. Yes, they are extraterrestrial. And when we go into Joshua Tree, which is a very strong UFO hotspot, it's really a portal. They call it UFO hotspot. It's a portal. And yes, there's great sightings there, and we're going to be there. We're going to post pictures of that. We're going to do Sedona and Shasta.
Yes.
All those are sold out.
Yes.
But we do have some space for Egypt.
In December.
We
You guys don't understand what this Egypt trip is like.
Take a look in the community page. We lead in the type of Egypt retreat that you really, probably you guys who are in
the ancient alien type.
Yes, we are going into what is called chematology, which is far beyond just the pharaohs, right? Way, way, way back. And into really exploring the goddess energy, the goddess Sekhmet, the goddess Isis, all of these, the gods and goddess energy there, as well as doing meditations and channelings on site in Cairo, Aswan, and Luxor. So it's a week-long adventure into Egypt. Totally safe, secure, beautiful food, beautiful culture, beautiful everything. So we have a few spots for that. Guys, you don't want to miss. If you ever wanted to go to Egypt, you must come with us. And then next year, I think we have a spot. We have the India Wellness Retreat. You want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah, in Goa. So we're going to be doing a yoga wellness retreat, yoga twice a day, wellness conversations, channeling, workshops,
amazing food.
On the beach,
sound healing,
Goa food. I mean, this is like going to be the ultimate wellness retreat that is going to go deep, and you also get to move your body. You get to ask us any questions. You get to spend the whole, I think it's like a full week.
It's about 5 days, and you will be on a private beach in Goa. Goa is in the south of India. It is a very special place. It is not a sightseeing retreat in terms of we're not going to see the Taj Mahal or going into Rajasthan or any of those other places. This is a specific body, mind, and spirit retreat. We're in one place.
Yeah.
And the ocean is right there. And so look into Goa. It's a beautiful place. Go to the website. Erica will put the link here. You guys can see some information about it. And that is going to be with us. We'll be there personally leading this retreat. Then we have Mount Shasta and Sedona for next spring for the spring solstice.
Yeah.
And the summer solstice. Shasta being another hotspot. Talk about Sedona, though.
Well, Sedona and Shasta, they sell out. Like when we post a date, they usually sell out really fast. So we have to actually, that's why we had to go to 2015. Right?
We're going back in time to 2015? You never know. We may go back in time. If you want to sign up for 2015.
I give up.
That's how good we are.
By the way, I want to give an update for anybody following my hormone, menopause, craziness, and all my hot flashes. Let me just tell you something. Miss Erica turned me on to, and she'll send you all the information, turned me on to an organic natural product called Wild Yams, through Wild Yams, actual wild yams, actual plant food, and it is made in such a way that it actually works with your natural body's chemistry, and there's no chemicals. It was the only thing that worked. It was the only thing my body received and accepted. It took me, I put just a little bit on my wrist. It took about
Wait a second. The
7
wild
days.
yams are a cream?
Yes, it's a cream.
You know, all this time I thought she was like, not eating. No, I did not think I would notice if you were eating wild yams. I thought it was like a whole food pill or something.
No. It's actually a cream, and it has progesterone, and it goes into the bloodstream without chemicals. So what was happening?
You mean the wild yams have naturally occurring hormone?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
correct. And what was happening is I was having a reaction to the chemicals, the man-made chemicals that are in the progesterone. My body was reacting in a negative way, and I could not get rid of the hot flashes that were driving me insane. So guess what? News update. I have not had a hot flash in 2 weeks. That is why I could be in this sweatshirt all night. But I also want to say it wears women out if you're menopausal.
It's going to be brutal.
A lot of women in our age group are experiencing this, so it wears us out. It also wears you out mentally. You get exhausted easily, so you can't remember things. You can't remember where you put the keys. You can't remember people's names. And that is a part of menopause. So you're not going crazy. And thank God for women in our age group right now. Everyone's blowing up this conversation, talking about it everywhere, which we should, because we're bringing more light to the conversation. And sorry to interrupt, go back to what you were saying about the retreats.
I was saying, so like she was saying, if you want to sign up for the 2002 retreat, this is a perfect time to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do we're going to do a couple of more messages.
Yes.
We have any confirmations or shout out answers?
She will look.
What happened to the Carl and the Renee?
What
happened to the Carl and the Renee?
Carl and
Oh, you're not going to claim your call in, Renee? Because they're here. Somebody's here talking about them. Okay. And the rod?
No rod.
No rod yet. Okay.
Okay, so Chris D. My grandmother passed in 2002. Her name is Anne. Just wondering if she would come through or not.
I'm asking, Chris D. Christy, I want to give you a message before, as I put it out, if there's a message for the grandmother to come through. If it is supposed to be, I will get the message. But I want to say this to you, is that you need to make sure that when there's, I don't know if you can see stars where you are, but it's important for you to do a couple of walks at night when the full moon is out. It's a good time. Anytime you can see the moon. It doesn't even have to be the full moon, but when you can see the moon. And it's going to be like a cleansing for you. Moonlight, I feel, is a very gentle cleansing energy, where when we do sunlight meditations, it's more about burning away and purifying. The moon is more gentle in this way, and it goes more into you're wanting to, and I think you actually do experience some interdimensional stuff. Is that right? Is that what you've kind of have experienced in your life? Doing your meditations and really calming down, doing it at night, maybe a quiet walk through a park, a quiet walk down a quiet street somewhere where there's trees above you, and you can just sit and absorb and breathe and hear yourself breathing. Your guides want you to do. No, actually, now it's your grandmother. Yes, it's your grandmother who wants me to tell you to do this, because her soul is very much at peace, and she wants to be the loving, nurturing. She wants to continue to be the loving, nurturing force. You didn't have. It's not like you had a grandma. You have a grandma. So she's like, no, I'm now in my fullest form. So through those walks at night, you will calm down, and you will just be very present to the moment of you just healing. It's not about what are you going to get out of it. It's more about feeling it in the moment, and that's where you're going to feel her the most as well. Yes. Okay, thank you.
I feel a lot of energy in this room.
You do, right?
Oh, yeah, it's like 10 elephants.
That's his grandmother.
That's his grandmother?
That's his grandmother.
Oh, I thought it was all the guides that were here.
Well,
unless that's her entourage.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
That's why I had to go like, whoa.
Is that what I'm feeling?
Yeah. Okay. She really wants him to let go of worry, anxiety, and just start being of service and expressing himself and being in his truth. And like, let's get this going. She's like, start doing your life. Okay.
Well, everybody, it's coming to that time.
Oh.
It's coming to that time. And also, we're a little bit jet lagged, but it's also that time. And I wanted to know if next week, would you like to have a theme?
Well, the guides will tell us and we'll post it.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah. Because sometimes we just will do a theme and we haven't done it in a while.
Okay. I'm down for themes.
Yeah, let's do a theme.
Yeah, and we're going to be dropping another episode of Can You Be More Psychic?
Oh, yeah. We got another...
Midweek, there's going to be a midweek drop, y'all, of Can You Be More Psychic? It's going to be really fun.
Yes.
And that's where we have someone who is trying to develop their psychic abilities, or someone who's never done it at all, do some fun psychic exercises. And we do it, where you're going to see them, right? You're going to see them on the screen with us. They're going to be somewhere where they live.
Yes.
And we'll do little tests like drawing, and can they see what the shape I'm drawing, and all this stuff. It's going to be really fun. So join us for that.
Well, you guys, it was really fun dropping in with you, sharing our silver plaque. We're very excited.
Yes.
And we so appreciate you all. And it's been a fun journey, and we are nowhere near stopping.
Yeah.
We love you. Much love. Be well.
And we'll see